On May 18th, 2017, then, did you go with Detectives Parshall and your partner, I believe, Detective Tellis, to the Sementilli residence?
Yes.
And why did you go there?
We went there under a ruse that we were the knock-knock burglar task force. There were burglaries in the area during that time, and there was a crew that was named Knock-Knock Burglar Task Force, or Knock-Knock Burglars. And they would typically knock on the front door if no one's home. They would go around back and then go in through a back door. And that was the premise of what actually OVB Homicide originally thought that was what it could have been. So we, as far as Monica was concerned, that theory never changed. So we went in there.
Sustained.
So that was the premise that we presented to Monica throughout the investigation, and so we went there to ask her some questions regarding her actions in the parking lot that day, and her other parking lots.
All right. And did you have any other objectives in place?
Two of the main objectives was I wanted to give her an opportunity to let us tell us who got in the car and what was that all about, and I wanted to find out if she had used her telephone or her phone to view her surveillance, or just give her the opportunity to tell us what she did with the phone that day.
So you planned to ask her about that in the interview?
Yes, that was one of the objectives.
When you got to her house, as far as the family members at her house, do you recall who was there?
I believe it was, I think it was Jessica and someone else.
Okay, were you able to speak to her then alone?
Yes, we spoke alone.
And when I say alone, were you with other detectives?
It was myself, Parshall, Verna, and Tellis.
Now there's four of you, and this is, months after you've come on. You came on in March. Mm-hmm. This is now May. Up until this point, had you ever introduced yourself to the defendant or let her know that you were on the case?
No.
So this was the first time?
This was the first time, and it was under a ruse. It wasn't under the ruse of being Knock-Knock Burglar Task Force.
So you did not tell her that you were from Robbery Homicide?
No.
Okay. Did you do a walkthrough of the house with her?
Yes.
So what was the point of that?
We wanted to, it was the first time I was in the house, so we wanted to get a walkthrough and what Detective Parshall thought happened, and so he could explain the crime scene to us, and just to get eyes on and see for ourselves.
And you walked through all the different rooms of where evidence had been collected?
Yes.
Things of that nature?
Yes.
At any point, did you tell her, or did the other detectives tell her about anything to do with DNA results?
It might have come up a little. Yeah, it did come up. Parshall was talking to Monica about life insurance, and also basically it came up in the phrase that it's taking time to get the results done.
So you did not tell her, or anyone in your presence tell her, that Baker's DNA had been established at the house at the crime scene the day of the murder?
No.
Okay. And I do have a interview. And we'll complete it when we can start it. 169, if I can mark the recording a DVD, 169, and the accompanying transcript as 170 of an interview with Monica Sementilli from May 18th, 2017. And now hang out transcripts.
Applies. The transcript is not the evidence, it's to assist you in listening to the evidence, which is the DVD.
Sign there that says you're on camera. Yeah. On the camera. That camera over there? Is that camera over there?
I want to show them, I want to kind of show them. And if you walk us around really quickly, get a feeling, and I'll show them that too. Is it open right now?
Yes.
Okay, let's go in there, and then we can come back.
Side yard here?
Yeah, and these are both always unlocked, pretty much, right?
They actually are locked, but because of the wood, but they're actually locked.
And at the time, and back in January, you can do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to pull it.
Yeah.
Well, when it's open, it's unlocked. Because usually they turn it off. They always go in the
When you came through, your door was open.
Oh, it was
One of these
actually
doors
split
was
open.
split open and big enough for someone to get through. And then the warnings were your, what is it called?
Plantation.
Right there, like, that's why we're talking about, if they lock those, you keep them locked and you're telling them how to get, you find yourself there and smoke or hanging out when the girls want to do that. So, yeah, I wanted to show them and just kind of, the route. So, they came through here. I'll just do, yeah.
This one's not locked.
How about that to you, not to say like this.
A wash?
Oh, for drainage.
Yeah.
Yeah, initially we were talking about
Well, I saw this program, I think you told me that maybe.
Well, yeah.
You have done that.
That's not a look over
Yeah.
what I'm hearing.
I don't know if this is open now, it's an accurate law, but if you want, I can go with, yeah, I have to go unlock it if you want us to go in this.
And what is
This is my bedroom.
okay, so at the time, where do you think of these things in the house? Well, I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
Steve was talking about until we had to test these doors, I don't think I ever told it, this is real. But when we used to handle it at the time.
Well, most of the time you're unlocked, but now, of course, you don't.
What's the usual pattern? Usual pattern is it's always locked.
The usual pattern is
At that
unlocked, because he would come out here sometimes to, I mean, all this furniture that's here is here, sometimes smokes the cigars here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it wouldn't be unusual for this to be unlocked?
No,
Closed for them, huh?
closed, yes,
So that
closed,
is, so
but
it
no,
really is cold weather.
not yet, not unlocked, but closed for sure.
Okay.
Close them
Never open, no.
Close but not locked.
Yeah, especially in January, it's cold, it was raining a little bit that day.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes he would be under here.
Right.
Okay.
Cool, Is there any other places here where you think they should have put it?
Well, these are unlocked as well. This is actually the spare room, but my husband is the one. It's just a empty spot here. So sometimes this is unlocked, and that's Isabel's room. Hers, I would think, would be normally locked. She never really comes up that way. I don't think that would ever be open, but I can't. I don't know.
So this is your bedroom? This is your bedroom?
Yes.
Spare bedroom? And
Isabel's my daughter.
is that your daughter?
My
Your
daughter.
Alright. And this is a spare bedroom, but Fabio was sleeping there.
He was sleeping there, yes, let's say 4 nights out of 7 for
Okay. I think
um,
it's in the room.
yeah.
That's very wondering. You don't have to talk about that thing now. Okay. Alright, you guys want to come to the patio? These windows, don't even look like they're open.
No,
Or do they break?
we never open these,
Okay.
never, because they don't have screens, so we keep them closed. I'll just keep it back.
Oh, beautiful.
This one goes up because, only because, unless we're having a party, this never opens, it always is here, keep it closed. This is the door we always use.
So would this technically be open or?
Not at
Oh,
night.
no.
Yeah, I'm locked during the day and at night we close it after that.
Okay. Well, you get the rest and put that down at night.
At night.
The very day,
Yes, come and go. We have a little bit of sense because it was raccoons, but other than that, all of that will be over during the day.
And the incident happened out there? Yeah, I don't think you guys ever saw it. We don't see it, but. So, going over, I know we talked about this already, I know you basically face down and was in this chair here.
Absolutely fine.
He was up on that chair.
Right. And the chair was turned this way, he was face down here. I don't remember from the photos, but I know the chair. Where was he that day? You guys were both home, and he was working in the kitchen. Laptop was on the counter, but he was coming in and out. I know the TV is on the outside. So he would come in and out and be out there on the patio. The TV's right here. And if I remember, I think he started a fire. It's like he was starting a fire.
Yeah, the fire was on.
A fire? Yeah, the fire was on. This one did?
No, actually, the fire was inside the.
Oh, that's small. So that was, he had started, and he was on the during the movie working. That's another thing I wanted to ask you about. You touched on this a little bit. I just wanted to make sure on the work schedule, his work schedule. Was it unusual for him to be home?
No, sometimes if you travel so much, sometimes he could just work from home, let's say it was a day or 2 or whatever. I know he had a Friday one too. Was it a long weekend? I don't remember, but I know that he stayed home that Monday. Yeah,
Would he normally stay home on Mondays?
no. Travel.
How many days a week do you think he would usually be at the office rather than home? How many days a week do you think he works from home?
No, very rare. It's mostly the office. He did a traveling a lot, and sometimes he just sometimes like today I'm gonna work from home.
Okay. And he would call into the box, check in, tell you whatever.
I'm calling you.
Huh?
He is
He is the boss. Okay, so he would just let him know. I know that day he would check in with somebody. Hey, I'm just checking in with the voicemail for somebody. Yeah, so someone at work. Right around this time, this security had called. Hey, I'm just checking in. I'm on the house still on. And, I think it was Sal. Okay, so yeah, okay, because he's like, I've talked to him like this boss. I think it was Sal. Hey, Sal, just checking in. I'm on the house phone and everything. So it was more common for him to go in the office than to take the day off.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a routine where every Monday he was home.
No,
and the
no,
rest of
it was just sporadic whenever he found it. And we didn't even know until we heard him on the phone on conference calls all day. Right here.
Yeah, and that's one of the things is these guys really can get into it. Patterns, some of these guys that they're looking at, a bunch of different crews that are working with. Some of these guys watch people's movements, some will use, phone calls in to check on people's whereabouts, and I'll touch on that. No, that's one of the reasons, trying to find out that information.
Okay.
One of the things that I started to do is I noticed some parents coming in, is there any cameras back here?
No, on the side, back there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No cameras back here.
And it's completely surrounded by that green fence and everything on it.
Yeah, they make like, no, we just moved it.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah.
This was here, right?
Did you have not been around? Or?
Yeah, the water was just up to that.
I wanted to point out to them where they got it, what they got into, and where they got it. I know that, show them where you were keeping the cash.
Oh, this one. And now it's all cleaned out.
We did see the photo, we did show the photos of the ransacking and stuff like that. That's important to us. So we could show us.
This is where the money was too.
Was there anything on top of it?
Oh, this was, I mean, it was all kind of junk and stuff in here, but this was an envelope, a white envelope,
Oh, it was in a white envelope.
with, different currency, I just don't know the amount of each one, but this is where the stuff, I don't know why we didn't keep it in the safe, but we keep it over
So
here.
for what I was saying, the currency, I think it was euros, Canadian,
Oh, you guys have a safe?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's in this closet, I don't even know, did they go in there? I don't think, did that,
Nothing, no pry marks, nothing? No
No.
ransacking in
I
there?
know that
No.
that was all black, but I don't know what they took from there.
Yeah, no, I sent the list that you provided me, I sent that on to them, at the euros, so they can keep an eye out for that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me show you guys, so I here.
The lights in there.
Was all this done through?
Yeah,
Or was it just this one?
I think these, when I came in, it was a disaster, so I didn't.
Gene,
know.
was this whole where all this ransacked? It looked, if I remember, right, only this drawer was open, but you thought that maybe cash could have been kept in here and taken as well?
Could be some because these were all a mess and everything was, all over the place. So I think, this was my makeup, then nothing was missing from here.
The only drawer that was open was this one.
Were the drawers taken out?
Some?
I don't remember some currency.
Yeah, these are somewhere else.
Okay, so these are just open.
Yeah.
And are they normally neat like this?
No.
The drawers?
I just redid everything.
Okay, and then the envelopes, were they like standing up?
Standing up here.
Was it one envelope or was it?
It was, maybe 2 or 3, but in between the currencies is a flat white envelope, in between.
Oh, I see, so it was currency, a flat white envelope, currency. So the currency was in plain view if you opened it, you could see the currency.
So most of it, and then there was an envelope with actual money, and I just.
You can just leave your transcripts on your seat. The evidence applies not to discuss this case even with yourselves or with anyone else or form express an opinion until the cause is not submitted to you. Have a good lunch. I'll see you at 1:30.
Don't remember which currency it was, but.
So were they some plain with you?
Yeah, just. No, yeah, actually, I have one, it's just regular envelope.
How much of U.S. currency is here? Did you know? Was this like your,
I know there's at
Hey,
least
Sam.
11, 12,000 here, because I was following.
Okay.
And I know those were the 3 currencies. There was also some here of euros, but there were, I don't know how much of each, that's the only thing.
So you think the total was around 11,000?
11, even,
Okay, and it sounds like the majority was U.S. currency?
I can't.
Do you know what the denominations were? They're all over, or just typically
It was all, probably all over.
all over? Okay.
I don't know how much of each. there's a lot.
But you ever use this money for household stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is my girl for, you know,
Maybe
for
it's last time,
lots,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is like your ATM machine. Sort of.
It was a style ATM machine, it was right there.
Okay. And there was some costume jewelry, there's things that over there, is that it?
There was some in here,
There was some,
and some of my jewelry box that some was taken in the top shelf of the jewelry box is missing.
okay. So before we get there, the glue was taken out of it, does it look like, in your opinion, that they might be able to put that the nicer stuff, or was it made in a certain area? Or- So it was kind of all just kind of straight?
It was all a mess, and I don't know.
Okay.
And you're telling me you're Monica that your really jewelry is here and it was untouched.
And it's not missing,
Oh, it's not?
even in the closet.
So before we go to the... No,
Wasn't
here.
here.
So before we go to the other desk, can we just take the closet real quick and then show us what it is?
So, sorry,
We cleaned it all out with everything, and here's the safest here. And every time this mirror opens, I get text messages on my phone.
Oh, you did?
And I
There's
did.
a sensor in there.
And
Oh, okay, that's nice. So you get a text message on your phone?
every time it's open.
Every time it's open, okay. And now you get it.
No, just me. I get a text.
Is that primarily your stuff in there?
We barely use it. We had a couple of gold coins in there, and we had a gun in there.
Okay.
But now our friends took it, they left it. It was done.
Yeah, Monica, you had said, I think, on the day, the gun was
The gun was up there in his case.
You could see it.
Oh, you can see the face, was here when you...
I think in here was just the bullets. I think in here.
Also, do you think the suspects actually came in here, or do you think they think so because they left and nothing ransacked in here?
This door was always open, and I would use, Fabio would always put a shoe tree here to keep this open.
Okay, so, yeah.
Since we changed his carpets, this door always nice.
And this way you change the carpet, this is not ransacked.
Came to change the carpets, and it came here.
I see.
To me, I was telling you guys before, like, all the rooms that were just in this room, didn't look like any other part of the house was finished, so.
I just want to see how well, like, that's taking a lot of people.
No.
What did you get to do?
My jewelry.
The good stuff?
Well, now, it was gonna be my first, and I just put it here, so I just went through it.
Okay, so the kind of this was
It's
sitting
behind this,
on the shelf?
Yes.
It's sitting behind, okay.
it's always been there. I never put it in the safe, because I always have to, it takes forever to open that thing, and I always would just, I never used it.
Okay, sure, okay. Alright, good.
Interesting.
What do you got? I'm on. And then the other, place where doors come out, I assume,
So this right here was right here.
oh,
And
okay. This
everything
is
was
like
all
this.
on the floor.
Oh, everything means, I think every drawer, there was some pulled out.
The jewelry box on the floor, actually, the jewelry box and the over here, we found it here, I tried to get it this morning.
Sitting on the, was it there?
On the night.
Yeah.
I think when we were here, it was here, and I think when they printed it, they moved it over.
Oh,
think
I
that's
don't
what-
know, I don't know, I
But,
do that.
but she said, right?
No, it's all just junk.
Yeah.
The whole top drawer is missing.
So there's a matching, I think it's sent to you, there's a matching,
Insert.
Yeah.
Some inserts.
Yeah.
that's missing.
And is the drawer where one of those belts,
Yes,
you got felt in
it
there?
has a little inside.
And in that, was that primarily rings, bracelets? or-
Yeah, just little things, cufflinks, maybe, I can't remember now if there's some good stuff in there, but mostly probably not very
Do you
expensive.
know if anything was taken from the entity of the drawer?
Well, we know his pocket watch is missing and his black diver watch is missing. I think I sent you a picture of
Yeah,
it.
I just sent you.
Everything on the property report, everything.
Okay. And some money, I don't think there's a count.
And then was that the taxes or two?
I don't think there's money in that.
Oh,
Not that I can recall. Not
Anything
that I
was
can
even
recall.
yours at all?
It's my clothes and my clothes and box, nothing else to think of.
That was one of the issues, I talked to you about distinct, stuff, and
Yeah.
that pocket watches weren't really stood out.
I don't even think it, the pocket watch is probably something, but the diver watch, I think was a knockoff.
What rag was it, you know?
And that's why I'm a politician, I don't even know.
Well, I do have some photographs of the case that we can follow up cases. So maybe we'll get into that. This is for the. There was a question that came up on my mind. I remember there was some question about co-locations.
Yeah,
What was it accounted for?
well,
We took one, they took one.
They.
We already are transit.
Oh, I see. Okay.
okay, so there's three, there were three.
I thought some of the report we took two.
Okay, we took two,
Okay.
so we're getting into these guys.
Okay. Which is not unusual for us to use a co-location something to carry.
Well, also, I mean, there's two court cases, but there was a whole sham. The sham, the whole sham is gone. This is a different, yeah.
Shannon is,
This
you
one.
can put that in.
This is a sham. I was to replace everything, but it was green.
It's like decorative.
And one was missing, and I thought, the
So
sham,
there's a green one of these missing.
yeah, but I don't know which one they took, so I don't know.
So what's missing then, just so we know,
When you were two pillowcases.
Two actual pillow cases, I took pillows on one case, one packet, oh gosh.
well, once we took one of identification.
Yeah.
And then it's Shannon, green.
Green and brown.
Actually,
Yeah, Sharon.
do you have the matching one, Sharon? Yeah.
No, but I have the comforter and it's upstairs, so you can see the pattern.
Yes, yeah, I'll take a picture of that for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, okay.
And this is the door that is open here, and this is the one.
This is the door that was closed. How was it? How was it?
This, I know, looking on the outside, was just slightly ajar, like maybe this much.
But this,
Was open about, maybe a quarter or so.
And no other sliders were open?
No,
Just
that was
this one.
only slider.
It's probably not even.
Out this way.
Well, they came in this way.
No, this is how they came in.
They went through the garage and out.
They took off in the car.
yeah, it's very typical for burglars, when they open a door and then it's visible to neighbors, leave it open because they don't want to make that additional noise.
Yeah.
So it sounds pretty common.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so then.
Yeah, if you can sit down and have some questions for you.
Sure.
You have a couple of chairs and bring over.
All right.
I'm the best piece of here, so you really.
Oh, I haven't been back for a long time. For a long time.
So basically, there's a couple things I'd like to go over.
Okay.
And just to give you a little context of why we are seeking, we've been working with Gene, quite a bit, and so we taken on the task where we try to understand the knock-knock task force, and based off of this, we've developed, the whole task force developed a list of common things that this particular crew does in order to knock it off. A lot of it comes down to routines, routes, sometimes calls or social media that they use to make sure that, they can get away with the crime. So it's just some basic questions, and some of the stuff I already had from Gene, your family information, I have all that. Now, your home security system, I do understand that the DVR was all I to see with the garage before we leave.
Yeah.
And did you ever get the name of the security system? Is the security system and the camera the same system, or they installed at the same time?
When we moved in here, there was all radio system.
Okay.
Cameras and DVR.
Camera radio was very old. Big machine.
Okay.
And then, I'm not certain, but I'm sure it's over a year ago, maybe a year, that we gotta get rid of that. So we got a new monitor.
All right.
And the new DVR is very skinny, very thin, skinny, thick, and black.
What's this size?
Yeah,
Kind of like that?
something like that, exactly. It's totally different than the big machine we had been in there before. And so the cameras are the same, and the only new thing is the one at the front door.
The new camera. What, you mean one above the front door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the only thing that was different from the one that we,
Do you have a ladder in the garage for that?
a ladder?
Yeah.
I do know
Oh,
that.
would you mind if I take a look at that camera? Because sometimes the camera will always the brand on everything.
Please.
And the reason we are interested in that is because oftentimes we'll come into the papers and the cell phones. So we're hoping that what they'll do will show up at a pawn shop or something. Of course,
How
when
about the cruise ships that got around that changes, do they ever report that?
They're usually foreign currencies, is usually they're getting destroyed. They'll just throw them, because there's a record when you exchange it. And there's only a handful of places that actually, you can't just go into a Wells Fargo or Chase Bank and exchange money, it has to be done in a certain place.
Because I do it all the
Money
time
exchange.
with my Canadian money, yeah, you have to have your bank account, you have to have.
right, and that's typically why they just stay away from it.
And, yeah, because there's identification that has to be provided. And when you do that stuff, these folks are like, it's not worth it, get it out. So they just keep that
It
US
was
account.
worth killing him for, something was worth killing him, why would they kill him? Like, why would they leave?
Well, I don't know, typically, they probably didn't want to call the police, they probably didn't want to get caught.
Yeah.
They're coming here to do a burglary, and they don't expect anybody to be home. I don't know.
It's not, burglars typically, that's why they go through all these essential things to make sure that no one's home, so they don't encounter someone. But we weren't here, and you never know what transpires when they run into someone. And it's not unusual that when they run into someone that things happen. Sometimes they just run, and sometimes they don't for whatever reason.
If they get caught in a place like this, and Fabio calls the police, there's not a lot of ways in and out up here. It's not going out to Ventura Boulevard or going out to Victory, and you can blend in. It's kind of a one way in, one way out. At least it seems to be that way, looking at the map. And so you get the police coming, a helicopter comes overhead, you can get caught. So who knows what transpired.
So exterior cameras are maintenance, looks like you have motion sensors in all the
Yeah,
rooms.
this is our alarm system, with AT&T.
So,
Visualize.
AT&T?
Yeah.
What was the
So
rest
that's
of
all
it?
AT&T,
Oh, when we moved here, there was a radio through
so it's
silence.
AT&T Digital Life.
Visualize.
And that's for the motion sensors for all the, do they work the doors and everything? No, does AT&T get notified when you're safe from stores, or just you?
I think, well, it's text message to me, I think Digital Life would probably have that.
But then they would
I'm not
probably let
sure
you know,
exactly.
but they would probably let you know, if I go, hey, it's safe. Like, do they contact you when,
No.
oh, they don't?
Not new sensors or,
Okay. And then the sensors only, not, or are they the sensors and the video, or just the sensors?
sensors on.
Okay.
No,
AT&T
Digital
Digital
Life, the camera was a closed circuit.
Okay. Yes, I'll take a look at the camera, maybe we'll get lucky in the model. And, I mean, just so you know, with the camera, if we get lucky on the DVR, they're age-4, so it's not like we're going to get anything good from it, but at least we may find out who's part of it. But they always like them out, I think that they were do you have any, so yeah, AT&T Digital Life Promotion. The camera, your digital system, was that you had the monitor in the kitchen? Did you have the ability to monitor those from your phone live? The system didn't have that ability?
I don't know if he did on his phone, but I don't know anything about it, because he prepared that, I don't even know, the company name, I don't know even what it is.
So you didn't know, and is there anything about, like, anything about our side of it? Okay. Because a lot of cameras nowadays you can,
Yeah, we didn't see anything on his phone, we went through it.
Okay.
But, I mean, you were with him all the time, you never saw him, maybe go check the house right now.
No, I actually, nothing ever happened, at least I heard, let's go.
So you didn't check on the
Check to see if,
yeah,
check to see if the kids are home.
yeah.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
like, hey, he's supposed to be home at 10 station. Okay.
No, because they were home, oh, they have to be home.
Okay. Is there a roving patrol in your house?
I think it was always an ADT, car drive around.
Okay.
And we have association fees, and I don't know now if they're work for Forest Hills
I
or.
think it was, the for private ambulances that had.
Yeah, that have the service. But you don't have a speed, you
No.
pay for ID? Okay.
No.
Now, does your, and you said that your association provides security? You think?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
camera and,
Just camera, oh, the neighborhood.
I saw that when you pulled up, it said you're on poster.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Sounds good, loud and clear.
Yeah. Do you already have the name of your association?
Well, yeah, well, it's basically the people at the forum.
They run the cameras,
Okay.
yeah, but I don't know, right now the president is Warren, who's across the street with the Rose. He's
Oh,
the
right
president.
across the street?
Yeah, he's the
Oh.
president of the association.
Okay.
Oh, so we're on the, what's the last name?
SCHACTR, I think.
Okay. And he's, right across the street?
Yes,
And he's the president right now?
president, the president, yes.
Okay.
Is that the house that had the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, I said, hey, look at the camera.
Okay. And I noticed you have a cat and a dog?
No,
Two cats. And have both cats accounted for? Okay. Have you still number from two? Do you have a landline?
yes.
What's the number?
854
4,
6055.
2, 5, 5. Any other phone numbers that are associated with the house that you know?
No, just my girls,
Yeah,
they're all
I'm
in the
gonna
same
have those.
account, yeah.
And emails, give me emails. CAL
CAL
MATI
dash
dash.
NO
Is it underscore or dash?
dash
Uh-huh.
NO.
Hello. I don't know why I'm asking for this in a second. And then, any other emails?
Well, the girls, they're there.
Okay, the girls in there.
But she has them, but I have them,
Social media. Do you
yeah. I
have
have
any social media?
Instagram.
Instagram? Any other? And what's your Instagram? I think you have your Instagram account.
Monica Sementilli or Monica underscore Sementilli.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just write down some assistance. It's Monica underscore Sementilli.
I know from looking at it this past year anyway, you didn't post stuff like, I'm going to the fair, I'm coming home, I'm out to eat on that too much. Did you like,
No, it's more just her family pictures and,
you weren't really putting your whereabouts and when you're going to be away on,
Do you use it quite a bit? Use it a lot?
now I post it on every day.
Okay.
I do that.
So Monica underscore Sementilli. Oh, that's it.
well, you had an Instagram account, when was that, right?
Oh, yeah, that's for, mom, 2.5 years maybe now.
And you didn't use it that much back then, but you're using it more.
I use it now almost every, yeah.
So the Fiat don't have any more. I saw the red Mustang that,
Yeah,
the
just
red,
drive that.
and then the other Ford F-150, I think. Oh, you don't have that now?
No,
Do you have a new car replacer? Or?
I do, I replaced it with, number Mustang.
Okay, so you have and, what color is that Mustang?
Black.
Oh, that's, is there a new car or?
No.
Okay, alright. Is there any other, oh, is it Porsche? You still have it? Oh, you did, the same dealership where it came from?
Yeah.
So it's a new 2017 Mustang?
Yes.
Okay. And then, of course, what about the standard Porsche? I don't need to deal with it.
I don't know, a month ago.
Okay. So then the vehicles during the time, that's what I'm more concerned. At the time it was the, you had a F-150, right? And then the red Mustang and the Kia and the Ford. Okay. All right.
When did you move here from Canada?
7 years ago this July. This July.
Into the, you've been in the South Side yet?
No, 4 years.
Oh, 4 years in the South.
4 years, probably.
Do you do any part-time work at all, or?
No, I have a consulting business online. It's very nothing.
Is it active though? or-
Yes.
What do you consult?
Basically a business curriculum for online beauty companies.
Is that connected to Fabio's job at all?
Not really, no, this is, no.
You were doing, you doing makeup stuff
Long time ago.
in Canada before, yeah, all that.
What's the name of your company?
LGI.
LGI. And this is something that you could just look up and then start conversing with you?
Well, no, I deal with just certain industry people that used to provide them with business curriculum, and I get like a monthly, it's not much, it's enough to pay the groceries, that's about it. I also, part of that company is, we invested in, something app for scheduling appointments and stuff, and so we make a little bit on that too. I think altogether it's maybe 3,000 a month.
Okay. Okay. I'm more interested in the day-to-day activity.
Yeah, it's not really, it's not even really active.
So right now, it's going to, and then the reason I'm asking so much is I'm looking for routines and stuff, and people that can get access. So right now, you have no work schedule right now?
Has anybody recently contacted you through LGI? That's unusual.
Okay.
No issues with anybody through the company even back in January, there's no, set about, whatever payment or.
I think my husband told me everything. We talked about everything. I'm sure he would have told me something,
If he had something on his.
something kind of not right, and I don't remember anything.
You don't have anything on your end, you know, LGI or,
Oh.
it's LGI, it's your end.
Yes,
Right.
yes, no, it was not.
Okay, and then again, on hobbies, do you do a gym or yoga or
We
things?
used to go to the gym. I used to go to
So all the questions I'm asking is back in the month of January, that's kind of end before time frame. So back then, did you?
Yeah.
So back then, did you go to the gym or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay, which things took you?
Other fitness?
The nearby?
Yeah, it's something.
Okay, actually, that's the one I'm going to be pointing back to. I looked at that. I feel it's, we were brave. Alright, so let me finish. Any other questions? Okay. And how often do we typically back then would you go?
Twice a week, and Wednesday nights were league nights, so you used to come to racquetball league.
So 2 times a week, typically, like when, so would you work out during the day and then night?
Yeah, morning, I would never really train at night.
Okay, so morning. So about 2 times a week in the morning, like regular workout type
Yeah,
stuff?
that's right.
And then once a night was,
Wednesday night.
was that Wednesday night?
Yeah, I think Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Okay.
What day did it? What day did this happen on?
It was Monday, we went to the gym that day.
Yeah, morning, yeah, that's okay.
That was on Monday. What was the date?
23rd.
30.
Birthday.
Oh,
It was a Monday.
yeah. It was a
And you remember the room days, right?
Yeah.
And then it was just once a week, Wednesday and Thursday. Okay.
Monday morning.
Do you have any other routines or hobbies that you typically do on a daily basis or weekly basis? Let's say that would be something that someone can pick up on the calendar. Like the people, just anything that you do, like every Thursday I go shopping, this kind of thing.
This was at Ruse, almost once a day. Cook all the time, we used to cook all the time.
Okay.
I think really that I can,
So like hobbies, anything that you do, like you small meeting things.
we were always up selling the patio every night.
Okay.
He had a cigar or two every single.
Yeah, did you have any close friends or the other person back then that you would go out with on a semi-regular basis or anything like that?
No, they would come over here, they were mostly his work people, and I find my neighbors, that usually everything is here, all the my
Okay. And then, oh, so like you guys have your mutual friends and you met those,
Well, they're mostly all
friends?
our friends,
Okay.
mostly all, yeah.
okay.
All my family and friends are back home.
So back then, was there any friends there that, in January or December, November, anyone that had come to the house, or that you had to the house, or anyone there that you would typically hang out with?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like I'm saying that your friend
They're not all.
might be about, but sometimes friends have friends or they have
Well, we
helpers
need
in
to
the house.
entertain all the time, and most of the time it would be last minute, we say, I'm coming home and I'm bringing all that, and it's always have people here. Always, yeah. He was the entertainer.
It was mostly people you were familiar with already.
yeah.
It wasn't a lot of new people. I mean, that's kind of
Only beginning of December every year, he has his education Christmas party here, so they're from all over North America. I know all their faces, and most of them I know, wow. Some are just workers, so.
when you say North America, you talking about
Canada
Canada?
and the
How many people are we talking about?
Portugal,
How many people?
90.
All here, so you guys came here?
And that was in January,
A lot of
January,
people.
or December.
We have it every December 6th, something like that. Usually every year.
And I think we covered before, we didn't have anyone coming in your room that could have seen the money at any of these gatherings, or you really didn't know for sure.
I think so. I don't know, you just ask them over there.
Did you lock the door? Your bedroom door?
Close it. I mean,
Just
obviously.
close it.
Why you're in the house with your friends.
Yeah, I mean, it was an open house. Everybody.
Okay.
I can't imagine any of those people. I can't imagine that.
Well, that.
Well, we don't think it's them.
His house.
We don't think it's them, we think it might be maybe one of their creepy relatives or friends.
Most of the time it's that, it's
Because they come to a party at your house, you're completely innocent, it's like, hey, guess what? I went to this really nice house, not even knowing that they're tipping somebody out.
it could be one of their workers, it could be one of their house helpers or gardeners or something like that. And oftentimes that's how we learn the team, at least generally learning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. Do you have like in your gym, so gym friends that you hang out with or we just good friends that hang out with them afterwards?
Once in a blue moon we'll go over for sushi or something, but not really.
Who's those people?
Oh my gosh.
The closest.
I would say the
What are the
closest,
closest?
I would say would be my friend Ruse.
At least.
How do you spell that? Okay.
Faye, but I don't know, she's hard for us to get together sometimes. Mostly I just see people acting them, that's kind of hard for them to.
I guess something, really, I think it's people that have been in the house, because that's the people that have been, like, my friend Jim, was over the house, and then Jim can tell my daughter inadvertently, and then the other like, oh, that's us. So people, I guess, to keep it real simple, people in the house.
Faye, I don't think hasn't been again, but I don't.
She's not in the house?
She's been there.
Oh, she's
Oh,
been.
yeah.
And Elise in the house?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Oh gosh, I think Paula has been here.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember now before and after, because I know a bunch of people in the office.
Mostly people.
I used to have a trainer, but I mean, he's not really a friend, he's a gym person, but he was, last time he was here 2 years ago.
Who was that?
I think his name is Matthew.
Did he train you here at the
He
house?
came once or twice to me and Jessica here in the family room.
Oh, he wants to play.
Yeah.
Oh.
But was he through LA Fitness?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, well.
You trust them not coming to your house?
Yes, yes. We have our league coordinator racquetball. But he's never really actually, I don't think he's ever really been here.
Who's that?
In over 2 years maybe. His name is Rob.
What's Matthew's last name? Because of course.
Oh my gosh, I have to go look on the yelp thing. I think it's nurse, but I'm not sure.
Okay, this is a,
Matthew Nurse,
Yeah.
and you, like a nurse?
No, that's his last name.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, his last name is Nurse.
and then, Rob, what's Rob?
I just stayed there. I had to record his emails and that's what there.
He's the racquetball league coordinator?
Yes,
Oh, so when you went to racquetball league, then he did the coordinator.
yes. He runs the things.
So you guys here 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah, it was a long time ago. But I go, we see it all the time at the gym. It's great person too, and so is Paula, and I think she's only been there once, but Sheila, she's my friend to the gym.
Sure, okay, has it been found?
She has been to the house, and I just don't know if it was after or before.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, sure, so. And what's her last name?
I don't know.
Okay. And Lisa's last name? Okay, so, do you have any other?
I have all the dudes.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
remember really what.
okay, okay.
Like, I mean, they're my friends, but not like my, you know, family friends. I mean, it's not like I really, you know too much.
You ever do stuff with these people? Because I used to work, I became really good friends with somebody at the gym, and we ended up hanging out with him. Do you ever hang out with any of these people?
Well, me and the
Like,
women say we come out a few times,
Yeah.
for dinners or drinks, yeah.
okay.
Because it's just people that are, and again, this is just one of the things of the day, you know, people that are in the house, or if you hang out, or, you know, you can talk about things. Oh, yeah, yeah, whatever, okay, cool, or whatever it is. And again, it's not, I would say it's almost 100% of the time not the friends, but it's someone they tell.
And people who know your routine, you know, going to the gym, you go to the gym, you're there probably for a couple hours, I would think. When you go to the gym, yeah, and that's an hour you're not here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of stuff I'm looking for.
And you still keep track of all the gym friends you have. You
Oh.
had issues since then.
No, and they've all been
You still
very
keep in-
supportive and coming and helping. And,
You keep in touch with all these people?
yes.
You did?
Well, especially now, because last week, they convinced me to join back, and so I haven't joined the league yet, but I'm gonna try to do it this summer.
Okay.
We were going out for dinner, for somebody come here, yeah.
And we always talk about any of the hobbies.
Any of them, any of these people ever wander the house by themselves that if they ever came over? No, nothing like that?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Do you have any home services, home care,
Yes.
Gardener, pool guy, anything that you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
So, cool guy too much. I mean, Gary, she was here that day, and I was concerned about these windows being open and shut, so I didn't.
So there's a pool,
Probably a pool
pool
guy.
service?
Yes, and a pool.
Her name?
Marcos.
And there's cleaning lady, how many years?
4 years.
4 years, okay.
Cause she was
And what's her name?
Oh, he is all her person.
Rivera.
Glenda Rivera.
Oh, okay.
The pool and the garden come every Wednesday. Yeah.
Once a week?
Which will be stopping here.
Okay.
Our life was over. We're done.
What about,
Start everything new.
What about Delia? Is she still on?
Delia is right now still on. She comes every 2.
She's every 2 weeks.
She used to, she just comes every Thursdays.
So that time was
It
Monday.
was Monday, every second Monday.
Every second Monday. Okay, 2 weeks Mondays. Okay. Any other home services that you had at the time?
So.
No, because these guys, you saw them on the video, they were pretty well decided.
They were clear, but how do you drive away like that? Didn't they think it was off on the run away?
Unfortunately, when they saw them was when they were on foot.
Not driving away.
Okay, so based off my conversation, just take the personal plan, right? Again, this is for routine tasks. You went to the gym that morning, and what I would like you to do, if you would, to the best of your recollection, that day, I know, just to show us the time, just to know, the video is cool. So I'm not, it turns out the time we had that, but here's your house, as well, so, you know, okay. You just, put like a few little arrows on the main streets and took 2 LA Fitness that day.
Oh, I go this way, wait, up here,
Mm-hmm.
and then, wait, no, here, you go this way, all the way,
All right.
to here.
Okay. And then what about the house as well? Do you take wells? Or do you take these?
I always take one extra unless I'm coming from this way, then I always come up Oakdale, but I usually go down there.
But do you take Oakdale to Wells? You take Oakdale, obviously. You turn left on Wells,
Yes.
and then go straight down to Winnetka.
Yes.
Okay.
So I usually do this. Here, and I don't remember now if I came this way, but these are the only 2 streets we use.
Okay, so as far as you remember, it was put on
Yes.
you went that way and then right on Winnetka, correct?
No? Normally a way for you to do.
And then down to the gym. And then when you came home that day, do you know what you went the same
We
way?
probably come home the same way, but I also went to Ross.
Okay, I have that for later.
Oh,
So I
You
think
go
you
back to the house after the
oh
gym.
yeah, we had lunch together.
Right, so you're trying to get.
so that day you went straight to the gym and any stops along the way?
No?
And then when you came home, any stops along the way?
No?
So if I'm correct, you came back as far as you remember the same way?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, maybe just will remember that that's the way
Okay.
we come home. Why do you think? Do you think someone followed?
Well, that's one of the
Exactly what we're trying to figure out.
Well, us? You? Or him?
Well, what they look for, at least in
Well,
this
still, it's hard to have no see you leave.
is, they look for
They
patterns.
might, they might not even have known he was here. They'd be looking for people leaving the house.
So they do it, the reason I have to emphasize is what we gather is basically through social media or through poems, which they can find online, through not doing solicitations, through actually following you, and these crews can follow you and just, oh, guess what, we're at the gym, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that was
I know, I'm just giving you an example, exactly. And so what we do,
Now, do you think that these people watching for like weeks and weeks? Or like,
it could be a week. Typically it's, more funny, it's in that time frame, probably 2 to 3 weeks thing.
Because there's a lot of money, they're getting a lot of money, so they're very patient.
So here's the LA Fitness Thursday entrance, and do you remember, where you parked that day? You have no idea, did you park on this
I always
side?
park here, so we don't know that somewhere here, and I go home from here,
How do you come into the parking lot?
from here.
That's how you come in.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I drove online, so this is pretty much how you come in.
Here,
And then you park, and then you park.
here, the car.
Is there a favorite place you usually park, or is it just?
No, whatever's open,
Okay, so somewhere, if I do a circle somewhere,
yeah, yeah.
that's where you park. Okay, and that's, so that's your stuff to that. So again, and I know you're not looking over your shoulder all the time, but do you remember anything that day, because you were with Jessica, anyone like, wow, this guy's really following me a lot, or posting, or when you parked, either here from the gym, you remember anything that was like, oh, this is happening, I mean, anything like that?
You sure did. I don't remember, I mean, why would I look over my shoulder?
No, I understand that, and that's the typical
A lot of times when we ask these questions, people are like, oh, well, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
A lot of times people remember stuff.
Sometimes actually when times are class, it's better to do this because more time go by and you're thinking more clear. And if anything ever pops up, so this was a lot of time they go by to unfortunately enough to capture these guys. Can you just initial Just, to be, just sign it as in this one, and what's the date today?
Today's the 18th.
The date.
The reason we do this is because this all becomes evidence when we catch them.
So
And
they
especially
can,
if we interview them and we say, oh, yeah, we followed the homeowner, and then they're not home, there you go, it matches up to what we
yeah.
said.
So they can say, oh, I made this up, this is something that you spoke about, and you confirmed it. Okay, and then what I'm saying, just one more, almost, thank you. This could be very helpful, so it's where we take the time to do it. And then after the gym, you came back, and I think you said you had lunch and stuff. And then you went to, Target Rocks.
Yeah.
So again, if you could, in black, with a little arrows, if you could tell me the best knowledge, the way that you went there to, I think it was Target first?
I think so. And I would go, I don't know which one I went to first, but I would go this way, down here this way, to Winnetka. I always go that way. When I'm going that way, I take Winnetka. When I'm going that way, I take Oakdale.
Okay.
So I would, came up here,
I think when we spoke earlier, you said that she was to Target first.
what would it
I was Target first because you got food and rocks, right?
I got wine and tomatoes, and I remember that because it was like coloring.
So after you got the wine and tomatoes, do you remember going to the Ralph's after that, or Target, or did you go home?
I don't remember.
Typically, when I go shopping,
I would go here first,
yeah, it's
and go
typical
here and
acting,
go home.
because I have refrigerated stuff or whatever.
So just for all time,
Yeah, just,
we need to introduce that or something later.
yeah, so just a couple hours to your turns to the Target.
Yeah, I went to go this way, and I would go by Ventura.
Okay.
Then to get here. And then I would go back to it. But when I leave house, I go quick to town, and I turn Santa Rita, and I go to Penfield, and I come home. Usually when I leave the back of Rocks, and I
Can you
stop
do that
there.
in red with little arrows? Or you can make them all very quick? The way
So
you
if
do
this is Rocks, and I would come up here, and turn here, and go up Penfield. And I usually turn here, and then I go home.
Okay, so it's probably not just the way that. And then when you okay, that's fine. You do it, that's fine. And then, this is the gym. This is the Target parking lot. This is the Target parking lot. This is a big Target. I just put this for reference. This is the Payless Shoe Store right here.
Okay.
So if you could just show us how you pulled in and where you parked that thing.
Oh gosh, I don't remember where it's at. Here somewhere.
Just do the
I
lines.
know that I came in through this way.
Okay, and then which way? Just do the lines to which way you went.
This way, so right by the front.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know where it's at somewhere here.
Okay, circle fine. You did circle area where you go. Okay,
It's really up there.
that's fine. So that's the best of your race.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, then I come home out of it too.
okay. And then we'll do the last one. So, Ralph, here's Ventura, here's Winnetka. And I think going to this, which I think this would be the Boston parking?
Yeah, so you
So-
go to the back door, and I always park here. Always park back there straight.
Okay.
So I come out like this.
You can do that in red if you want. It's easier for me to
Always
do
like,
later.
I come out this way. Take your time.
And then you go first. And you, when you came in, I think you remember.
It is what came from Target, I'm gonna have to come from here.
Okay.
It is where it came that way.
Okay. Alright.
That's where you always go.
Yeah, like, I don't see any other different, why I go different ways.
So now, again, take it back to that day. So, I know this is the best thing I can do. Do you remember, let's just assume, Barb, that you went here first. Just because it makes sense, that's how I do too. I didn't do my first and stuff last. So you pull in, do you remember any interactions with anyone in the parking lot that day? Did anyone try to solicit you? Did you see anyone unusual? Did anyone stop and talk to you or anything like that that you remember?
I can't remember, I don't think so, unless there's people at the doors who sometimes they cell phones, but I don't.
But I mean, even in the cars, you're parking.
You see your friends, hey, so-and-so, or
Yeah, one day when it's new, or it's.
Well, I was bumping because I know when I'm in the store, so I don't remember now what.
Well, I mean, you're in the parking lot. As far as you know, as far as you remember, it was just in the park, or. Sometimes we'll do interactions with people to identify that that's the person in the car. So was there anything like, any interaction in the car?
you didn't know that ticked off, or parking situation, or anything like that.
Okay. Now, when you went into the store and shop, again, anything unusual, anyone following, it's like, well, this is weird, this person's looking at me. It could be male or female. During your whole interaction in here and when you
How
left.
am I gonna, oh, why would I think that?
And that's fine, don't get frustrated, because typically it's like my friend said, it's things that stand out. It's like, well, now that you mentioned it, I remember. So, I mean, if you ask me, I wouldn't know either. But if I remembered something unusual, I would know. But if it's nothing sticks out, then nothing sticks out. Okay, did you get any, and no solicitations, and no phone calls or anything, anyone saying, you know, that was unusual during these?
I told you it was Isabella. I don't know if it was I told you about, but she was picking up her glasses at the eye doctor. That's
Oh.
it. That's all I can
There's no weird
remember
phone
ever
calls.
happening just before this. I don't. No.
Okay, no one puts you on social media on the phone or anything, and, okay.
I don't have Instagram. I don't have anything else.
Okay, yeah, it'd be good if it's Facebook when we found this more of a probable thing where they'll actually contact you and confirm, you know, that where you're at and you're good to go. So you don't have any media activity on the phone that you know. Okay. And it helps out. Do you know, I assume you covered the back versus the front there. Okay. Same thing, anything stick out? Anything? Alright. If you could just initial the bottoms of the shoes. Thank you for taking the time to do it. All age.
Have you interviewed anybody at work? Anybody at work?
I have talked with a couple of people.
His Facebook?
No. Again, everyone has said, you know, work people or certainly if this avenue does not pan out so far, you know, I think we have some good leads, but who knows, not today, that's all I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of progress, but, you know, obviously, you know, we don't hear anybody.
Not even for other burgers?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, no,
and they
Oh,
have,
yeah, we're gonna show you some stuff right now.
all the stuff that we went over today with you is information that we've been learning, and this is what I just should be helpful for.
these guys know, everybody in the valley, but a lot of things they're doing, they can't let them, me know some of the stuff they're doing, and so it's, can't discuss that. But obviously, if this ends up with dead ends, we're gonna start revisiting some of the other, you know, kind of the varieties of the long shots and everything, so. Yeah, I did get the results back this week, everything's all came back to Fabio. So we are gonna submit another round, but again, I started with the most likely, and kind of, you know, going from there, so we're kind of on the peripheral testing at this point.
A chance or
Well, we are gonna look at that, so far, everything, I told you before, how far was, you know, nothing, all Fabio. Like you said, you know, we've talked about this before, these guys knew what they were doing, and that's what they're finding out, these burglaries are very sophisticated. And these guys, you saw them in the video, they were very careful not to, they obviously had done some research, right? Because the big cameras here and the way they did the approach, you know, and a lot of it's falling in with some of the stuff they're looking at, but
Do you think they came here with intentions to take that car, or they just took the car?
you know what, I don't know. They didn't keep it, so my thought is that they just used it to get away.
My thought is that they came here to rip the place off, and Fabio has to be home.
I think
That's what my
they
thought is.
confronted them. I don't know if they chased them out of the patio. I don't know. You know,
When
they
he and his mother tried to move him, they took his small camera and regarded that for a single size.
So that tells me he was surprised, possibly. But again, usually these guys are not looking to get in a confrontation. But so I don't know exactly the sequence of events. But
Oftentimes they'll take the vehicle to carry all the stuff that they take from the house, but our guess is because of the confrontation they're having, they didn't,
No, but he did the DVR.
they didn't take near as much as they were thinking. I want you to take a look at these, if you would, and just let me know if any of this jewelry is yours. Okay.
I do have courage to see, but I don't know, it's not that. I don't know if it's that.
Okay, just whatever you see that could possibly be here, just put a circle around it, and then we can have better feeling.
nothing else there.
I don't know, maybe something like this chain.
Just put a little red dot, an arrow pointing to that thing, just a dark picture.
Maybe this one.
The one on the left there?
Right here, where it's
Okay.
I
Oh,
think
it's really
it's
good.
kind of-
Karen?
just a tiny chain.
Some of the pictures are far like that, but if you see something that looks like it's real likely, then we can always see the chemical particles.
Something like this.
Well, if it looks interesting, just put a little red arrow pointing to it, and then we can take a look now before we look up files to see if it's one of the same. Copy condition, and it's in
No.
Just put a circle around it. Anything you circle, if you know for sure, that's one thing, anything you circle we'll look into and see if it's possible.
Maybe diamond stars, but you can't.
It's okay to circle, I'll maybe just do it, it's okay.
Diamond stars.
Like I said, we can look into
They're
the house.
small.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on the scale here.
Oh my god.
If it's something that just jumps out in the circuit, we'll context to the photograph. If there's something, there's so many things. But we can certainly, if it's something that's possible, we can try and get a more individual picture of that item. Or when they found out it was going to be returned to its like order to itself. But the person on the chain again, just coming out and looking next to it. And they change the cards a lot of things in the frame.
This is what the band wash looks like. That's not the face. The face looks bigger than that. But this is what the strap looks like on that.
Could you just want to find band looks like rather than looking
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Obviously, the same band.
Yeah, same band, just like
But this doesn't look like that face.
It's the same band, it's different watch.
Okay.
Oh, silver. Is that a loop here? Silver loops.
Honestly, I couldn't say right now that I will certainly find out. Maybe put them all together on this house. Were there any markings on any of your jewelry, like initials or anything like that?
On your eye tracing set? No.
What about the watch?
His Rolex, the only thing that was engraved, and he was wearing that.
Well, the majority of them are, but we're finding that there's different. So we're not just focusing on that. So one of the things that we picture around things, the one thing we've done that was kind of interesting in the corner around working is typically the target trading, we believe that the total depending on the property we're but typically the towers are done down in South Los Angeles most of the time, not all the time. And your husband's car was left up in the valley. So that just leads us to believe that it could be this tooth, which is a large tooth, but it also could be what we call like a copycat. People left news and they see the flips. So which makes our job harder, but it does. No, what I would say was nighttime video, not weekend. So, but we're just saying that we focus on this and really there's been a lot of work done on that. But there's also a finding that there's some potential copycats because people hear and watching and hey, this works, this is a good thing, it works. So we could be dealing with potential copycats. And that's why we asked about all the frames and that kind of thing, because we just never know where the information would have came from. Like, for example, when you left around, you said you go to Ruse pretty much every day. Is it the same time every day? Like when you went to Target House, was that a scheduled thing, or was that the last time we were started?
We were the last minute because I think we're deciding to go out for dinner, and then we said, we'll just make dinner, so can I go pick up stuff that I need. But I go all the time. Could be in the morning, could be in the afternoon, could be on the way home from getting Bella, could be, whatever.
Well, when you do things like that, let's say, because he worked at home that day, and I know from my ex-girlfriend, was at dinner one day, and so what he does, she goes, on Facebook and I make dinner. Did Fabio say like, hey, Monica's out shopping right now?
I don't think so, but he Instagram all the time, and my girls can go on his Facebook, because I don't have it, and you can see everything he puts on there. I don't think he would have done that. Unless he was inviting someone over for shenanigans, we always just hold it.
But they're good. Yeah, I guess I'm saying that without them, somebody would mention you at home there. But we're just looking for patterns and stuff like that. So it wasn't a typical, this is not my Monday morning Target where I was shopping.
No. And how was the Do you think it's following him?
Right, and he, I think he said his
You're
things
saying you didn't go to work and all that.
No,
yeah.
not that day, I was just saying, like, I mean,
Do you know the route that he was taking work?
yeah, I think it's to, when I cut Oxnard DeSoto,
When that
or Wells DeSoto.
To the freeway.
No,
Because he was going to DeSoto and he told me to. Where did he work? Was there in the valley?
Yeah, just down.
Oh.
So close.
we got a long commute.
Oh.
You familiar with any checklists for houses you go all the time? Do you share, does they ever come over your house? You know, what you're talking about?
No, I was there, like, they know me.
Do you have to show your ID when you use your ATM card that has your address on it or anything like that? With any checkers? And
Oh, no.
it didn't look like they, you know, just.
Yeah.
The gates were always left open.
Somehow you keep it closed. And then you keep a car in the garage now, because I think you said the porch is stay in the garage.
I keep my car in the garage.
Can you take a look at the garage? You guys like this? Oh, the DVR taken?
I just wanted to ask you, we covered this that night, the crisis response people came off that night over at the Shepherd's house.
Yeah.
And I know you had friends and family here pretty soon after. Is there anything else that, are you, and we talked for the last few months off and on, and you guys do anything like concerts, something like that? You guys, I mean, girls, are you doing okay with everything?
Just because it doesn't want, Isabella's been twice and she's been one going
She's
on.
been to,
Counseling.
is the one referred by the crisis response people?
No,
or-
this is through our medical, which is gonna run out the next month, so I gotta go find medical insurance right now, but, she went twice and she doesn't want to run anymore.
Have you done it all? Just feeling that. And your mom's here, your sister here too, or?
My sister-in-law will be here Saturday. Monday is a very big event. They're doing a huge tribute to Fabio, and everyone's flying in from all over to come to this tribute.
When is that, Monday?
Monday.
Do you have any-
How did it work here?
do you have anybody coming and staying here? Any of your family coming and
Just my
staying?
mom and my sister-in-law, his sister.
His sister is,
Marilla.
well,
She
Your
was
sister-
just my sister there.
well, I mean, if you decide, you need some type of, thing to do the city or something, that would be nice if you city or something. So the last time we talked about on Monday, we were kind of at your lips end it seemed. So I just want to make sure. Huh?
I'm so angry. I think so many times has it's possible. It's possible.
Well, believe me, I would really love to get this thing done as quick as we can
Can you
because
tell me why you can't love my children? Is this like, can you tell me that?
I can pretty much rule you guys out myself.
They
But
said they called you a few days ago and haven't heard back. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about that. They shouldn't be hooked out.
yeah, well, like I said, I know, and I told them, I said, we know where you were with this thing. We know your girls were during this thing. But they won't let me, my department won't let us say 100% family had nothing to do with it. Until we make some progress, until we identify who it is. I did talk to insurance this week, and I asked him about it. He mentioned father being ruled out as an aggressor, and I clarified that with him, that he is not an aggressor. But my boss, my department won't let me say, 100% had nothing to do with this, and so, but I talked to,
What are we going to do? What are we doing?
I know.
What are we doing? Wait, what do we wait? What is this? Money?
So, well, it could. So I asked her about that also. I said, at some point, you guys cooperate. What if this doesn't, what if we never arrest anybody? What if, God forbid? And she mentioned, well, at the 1 year mark, we will take another look at it, and a lot of times they will pay out. So at the 1 year mark, if you haven't gone any further, on this, then there's a chance that it will pay out. So, I mean, obviously, to be perfectly honest with you, Monica, this is kind of where we're headed. I have my fingers in good things. Because really, if it's not the burglars, then it's probably work, friends, and family. Okay. ventured into a little bit, but again, there's a lot of, it's gonna take a lot of records and additional reviews to go a little deeper. But from what I've seen so far, I don't see those avenues really going anywhere. But we'll have to look into it even deeper. If this is right now, this is the most promising. And Mark, does everyone have the same phones, you and Jessica, and okay. Because at some point, they're talking about people making phone calls. Would you be able to, this is, again, it's kind of like shot in the dark, burn down the other avenues and maybe connect or something like that. Do you have access to your phone calls online or anything like that?
Sure.
Can you pull up whatever covers are January 23rd?
January.
The bill before and the bill, whatever the bill covers that, and then we can.
All ours? All
Is it
ours?
all on
I'll be all right. That's all my accounts.
Verizon or AT&T? So if you give me those bills and I can see all the information, I had to do a search on Hobbies. So I have all those numbers. I've gone through those, number by number, nothing is ringing the bell.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
you
that
look at your numbers because again, you're receiving testimony, they may weigh into it, and a lot of these guys get phone calls and stuff, so if you give me those, whatever phone bills are gonna be around that day, you give me a copy of that, you can either email it or I come by and pick them up.
Which month of January was, the beginning of January through the 20th.
Yeah, I think it always goes 9 to 9, so December 9 to January 9.
February 9, probably that's the one that we
January 9.
Because if one of their phone calls, if it's any of the numbers that we have, then we can put it through.
And then,
Yeah.
if that's something that, we want to continue with, we can bring by and we can call phone numbers, and then ones that you're like, I don't know what that phone number is, we can start backing that up.
Yeah. So if we can just take a look at the DVRs and then we'll just speed up that line and see if we can make that thing.
This is, and then. These guys are using video. Yeah, all this was printed, and all of it. Figures come up on the years, of course, I don't know how much you guys had. A lot of things are so ubiquitous stuff.
Usually the bleach.
Bleach
usually is what we call it.
for you, for here, or vinegar. So this guy over here before? Yeah. Is this one?
Oh, you're fine, thank you. Yeah, we're good, thank you.
Okay, so, what was the, and again, you had paperwork on top of there.
Yeah,
But that
so,
doesn't mean nothing.
no, it's the change paper.
DVR was very nice.
The DVR running hot, the wires were just off this day. I told you guys about the,
Yeah.
From kitchen and away from side, we're all off.
All the power was off, just to the kitchen and where? And
Outside, like outside. Well, when we came home the next morning, it was all off.
we never turned that on after we. Garage was up.
so there was no electricity in here, so the garage doors were probably
I
manual.
think you turned the electricity out and then they had to manually.
Yeah, I had my neighbor come and fix that. This was working, so they came and, fixed it.
Oh.
Like the closed garage.
I think what they do, that one, the pole dresser disconnects it. So what you would done is, yeah.
I think there's a ladder over there.
Yeah.
You wanna go to the
Yeah.
door and then you can.
And then once you do conventional, we're gonna put some dresser. You need a ladder?
So this is the new one for the day? Okay. So this is the same kind of thing.
What's that? Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty low. You're talking about that one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the, yeah, I need the ladder. We need the ladder. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're gonna take this name in the back of the. Yeah.
Is that a new one?
But you don't think this is the same brand as your DVR, no?
That's what I see.
And then the bed spreader is gonna get that, just the pattern of the bed, that's the.
Yeah, that's just the foot case, right?
You want to take an appendix, you want to take your earphone?
I think it's
This is the correct, no.
Oh, you need to turn it forward.
Yeah, when you get the new DVR, they can, no.
Coming into the bedroom now. So typical. We're finding that all these burglars are coming in through unlocked doors.
I think that wasn't just sitting here locked in.
That's what I'm saying. They're going through the bedroom, unlocked door.
But they do work, they not, don't get nasty.
And they're probably not, or probably did not, they probably had the TV on, or it was on the phone, you hear them.
You're supposed to outside.
Or it's outside, they don't hear anything, you go around back, and generally there's always
You
something.
hear the TV from the street, you knew he was there. That's what we want
You
to
didn't know
know.
how many work people had issues with them, no.
Not that I know of.
I talked to, there's like a next door neighbor, another guy who worked there a lot, I believe his name offhand, but, he was a father of a time. He's like, no, he didn't have anything in the world, had the money, had the inside door.
How about tonight?
His last name,
Ferrari.
I think so.
This girl was close friends, so they know, I think we're going to need things, like something about that.
Yeah, they give me some, off the wall things that, haven't handed out, one said a cigar shop, that's a new building in the back,
That was this one here.
Yeah, so I didn't get feasible from all this, but, yeah, I mean, someone that would want to come in and do this. If he was targeted, which we don't think he was, and if he was, it's a pretty big deal. There's some happens, there's gonna be a big financial gain, or,
That's what I'm saying,
Somebody-
who's game? Who's game for this?
yeah, or, huge payback, like, you really did something wrong, and they're coming back out, and nothing like that is too much.
Everybody loves, everybody loves that.
That's what everyone said. That's why, that kind of stuff's on the back burner, because no real way, I mean,
In terms of the obvious stuff, because a lot of times the obvious thing is the obvious thing. It appears to be an interesting work, so we need to really stay focused on that first.
I mean, I'm open to any you come across, any of the work, when you do the work thing,
Why did you come? Why did you guys come there?
well, I don't know what the gonna do, someone's gonna want to come forward and be seen and give us information.
When is that? That's Monday, you said?
Yeah,
What time?
48.
4, okay, 4 to 8.
You're welcome to give anyone my phone number and name, and you can call me confidentially. A lot of times people are comfortable with this confidential. So please, if you want to hand out anything with my name on or whatever, that's fine. You can do my info, or leave a message on the phone, whatever. I can leave it somewhere. And if this doesn't pan out, again, this is kind of what we're hoping for. They've got some good stuff, stuff we can't even talk about right now. But, you know, if it gets to that point, that certain reward is an option, this is a passion to come forward and delve into some of the avenues.
I'm sure there are people out there
Someone's
that
out.
will come up for $1 and say something.
Someone got it. So we'll cross that bridge when it looks like, you know, nothing else is going to work. That's kind of what we do. When we get a city council award, we have to account for what we've done so far and exhaust everything. So identify the rules, so we're not quite there, and, you know, a few more weeks, hopefully we'll have something back. We're not submitting another round of testing, you know. Probably when there's 15 things, don't let us do a certain amount of time. So we start with the most important ones, and, you know, we're going to get another round, and sometimes we get lucky. You know. Should we get it?
Yeah, I'm looking for one of the homes with everybody. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? Which department? Where do I go? All the way to the mayor? Where do I tell or ask to rule out his children?
His children are not, I mean, that's not the issue. The issue is that they want to know we have somebody. You know, because we don't
Well, you
know.
never know. What if you don't?
If we don't, I probably know.
I don't want them to even hear that they are not ruled out. So I don't want them to know it.
To me, you and your children are old. Absolutely. But again, I have someone let me get that information. That's going to have to come through him, and he's got to get it through from
Do I
us.
have to talk to parents who I do?
Well, let us get a few more weeks on this. And, you know, if they'll let us all companies know, but again, they're looking for 100%, no way, no how, anyone involved in it was involved. And in my mind, you guys are 100% ruled out. What can 100% say? You know, I don't know. We still have to. If this doesn't pan out, we're going to have to come back to stuff more close to home. Like I said, friends, family, and work start to think about it. So we're going to revisit that, and then maybe that will take us. You know, I'm hoping this will take us to where we want to be, and we can clear that up, and we can, you know, get the insurance money and be able to, you know. The transcripts. And upon that, we're going to take our afternoon recess of 15 minutes. The admission still applies. See you back here.
Sunday mark is 171. It's a 6-page document. The title page is it's various maps showing routes from the first page from defendant Sementilli's route to LA Fitness. Thank you. Okay, but when you're during the interview, first of all, the interview that you just heard is that the interview that took place then on May 18th, 2017 at the Sementilli residence with the defendant.
Yes.
While you were on that interview, you were going through different routes. There's a part of the interview where you asked her about the routes that she took. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you show her some documents then?
Yes, I did.
Okay. People's 171. Page 1. Is this an example of what you showed the defendant while you were asking her the route that she took to LA Fitness?
Yes, that's it.
And that would be the route she took the morning of January 23rd, 2017?
Correct.
Okay. Did she mark on this particular map, or did you mark on it at her direction?
I believe she did this one.
Okay. So, if you could just point out the marking here.
This is Monica Sementilli's house, and she did black arrows to depict her route to the LA Fitness, and then she did red arrows to depict her route back from LA Fitness back to her house. And she initialed in David for that.
And then page 2, did you show her this aerial map then of the LA Fitness?
Yes.
And then did she circle an area in relation to where you asked her where she parked?
After just listening to the audio, I believe I did this as I was talking to her, and I did the circle while I was talking to her.
And when you said I did this, you
Oh.
Go ahead.
I did the circle in the parking lot to the area she parked, and the arrows where she turned in from, I think that's Victory Boulevard, is it? Can't remember. From
And
that street.
Victor Bolo, pages 1 and 2, I showed you, is that consistent then with the other evidence you had on her route into LA Fitness that day?
Yes.
Turning to page 3, light copy then. You showed this particular map with an indication of a route and a target.
Yes.
Okay, and what was your interaction with her for this particular photo, page 3?
She drew the hours to the best of her recollection, in black her routes, taking her to Target store, I'm sorry, and red arrows depicting her route she took back through the routes and then back to the house.
Have you driven the route from her house to, let's start with the Target store?
I have, but I only, I have.
Right, you're going to say that?
I was anticipating the questions.
Okay. And about, what's that distance?
I remember Googling it, I believe it was 1.4 miles to the Target and 1.1 miles to something like that.
That's page 3. And then page 4, can you describe there what's depicted on page 4?
Yes, this is the Target store. This is the front doors. This is the Payless shoes that I use as reference for her. This is Victory Boulevard. These are the arrows that she made getting into the parking lot, and then the circles she gave for the general area that she parked.
When you said Victory, is that Ventura
Oh,
Boulevard?
I'm sorry, Ventura Boulevard. My eyes are. It's in the distance where it's too far for my glasses, but you know, it's in that weird zone.
So she drew the arrows from Ventura Boulevard into the Target parking lot, and then did she indicate what direction she went?
She just said she went this way,
And that's to the right.
to the road, over to where she parked.
And then who circled that area, you or her?
She circled back.
Okay, now, did that conflict then with what she had told you, or what you viewed in the video that you had already viewed prior to having this interview with her?
It did not match the video surveillance that I viewed.
How so?
In the video surveillance, her pickup truck turned right from Ventura, except it turned left here, you can see, and then went this way, and this is where an individual got into her car.
And when you said this way, you're pointing to the left after you entered into the parking lot, you moved your pointer to the left.
Yes,
right?
she went to the left as opposed to the right as she indicated. And after she turned left, right around the Payless shoe store is where an individual got in the car.
You testified earlier that one of your objectives in conducting this interview and using it also as a ruse to see if she would tell you about meeting anyone at the Target, and then what was the result of that?
Yes, yeah, that was, I wanted to give her the opportunity to tell me what that interaction with that person was all about. And, you know, I'm thinking the mindset of, you know, this.
Yeah, I don't object to that.
Sustained.
Without getting into a mindset, is there a reason
Yes.
why?
Yeah, my goal is to,
I'm going to object also to his goal. I said, that's not what happened.
No, he explained this earlier. I'll allow this to go.
what my thought was going into it was to see if, what her answer would be. To see if whether she was being honest or not.
I'm going to object. Sorry.
Sustained.
Did you ever tell her during your interview in May that you had viewed video surveillance of her entering this Target parking lot.
No.
After she told you a story that was different than what you had viewed on the Target parking lot surveillance video, People's 42, which you looked at earlier, did you ever tell her after the fact that that's not what you saw in the video and it conflicts with what she just told you?
No.
By the way, your interview with her on May 18th, when you're doing a walkthrough, is that a surreptitious recording, meaning you didn't tell her that you were recording this whole walkthrough interview with her?
No.
So you didn't show her a recorder or tell her that she was being recorded?
No.
Did she ever change her story at any time in the investigation that while you were participating in it, that she actually met someone in this parking lot and someone got in her car, she parked in the back, any of that?
No.
How long did you stay on this case? What was your final time until the conclusion of your participation in investigating this case?
Be from early March 2017. I think till the end was perhaps sometime in 2019.
And then on page 4, at People's 171, sorry, here for a second. This map has a Ruse indicated on it, and what markings are depicted on that?
So on this map here, again, it's black arrows for Monica showing her route to the target, and then there's red arrows returning back from the target and to the Ruse. And then after the Ruse, the red arrows depicting her route back to the house.
This particular map showing the streets as opposed to within the parking lot, is that consistent with the evidence that you had on the route that she traveled to the Ruse and to the target?
Yes.
And then finally, page 6. Again, is that the Ruse location?
Yes.
And what did you ask her in regards to Ruse?
This is her arrow in red coming back from the target and parking in this area that's just circled in the back parking lot of the Ruse.
And it's real faint. There is a circle on the left side of the building entitled with a blue icon around. So the parking there's a faint black circle around part of the parking lot. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, after reviewing videos of the Ruse, or did you review those videos of the Ruse parking lot?
Yes.
And where she indicated she parked at the Ruse, was that consistent with what she drew on the map?
Yes.
So out of all the maps we showed you, she drew on the only part that was inconsistent then was the part in the Target parking lot.
Correct.
During the interview also, if I may mark 1, 2, 11 pages, and it's photographs of jewelry, gold copies. And now this has 172. Again, during the interview on May 18th, 2017, you were showing her photographs of jewelry, asking her if she recognized any of it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Can you explain again why you did that?
Yes. I did that because it just bolstered the ruse that we were in fact investigating burglaries.
And these photographs, I'll put on page 1 here.